Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com. A quick news update for you guys on Disney making a massive deal with the NFL. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. So many years ago, Disney CEO Bob Iger spoke about the fact that he was talking with a number of different sports companies about making some new media deals. And because they're constantly trying to feed ESPN and they kind of want to make it into a massive, great big global platform, and they need that content to do so, especially with the launch of the upcoming streaming service ESPN, aka the flagship, which is going to bring all of ESPN's content onto streaming for the very first time. You're not going to need to get cable or anything like that, and that's going to be available through ESPN's app or also through Disney Plus. And it's going to cost about $30 a month. We're expecting to find out more information this coming Wednesday during Disney's quarterly annual results, when we probably get like a launch date and some more details about it. Well, this is when there's expected to be a massive announcement, because according to The Athletic, the deal has now been made between Disney and also the NFL in order for the NFL media division to be transferred over to ESPN. As part of the deal, NFL will take a 10% stake in ESPN, which could potentially be worth billions of dollars. And with that, we could end up seeing RedZone, also the NFL network, moved over to ESPN. There's also going to be access to at least 7 more major games that would be going over to Disney's network, so that gives them more content that way. Plus, it could allow them to bring in NFL fantasy football and betting into the ESPN app and other content as well. And obviously, probably help with the news networks, etc. This is a massive deal. Now, again, nothing is official, and we are expecting to have that official announcement and more details on this later this week. It's also going to be expected that this will have to go through regulatory approval, because this is a big deal, and there's probably going to be a little bit of pushback on it, of the fact of, would this be a monopoly? Now, I don't think that's necessarily something that Disney or the NFL has to worry about too much, because these networks, like the NFL network, RedZone, will probably still continue to be sold to cable networks, and so therefore it's not being competitive. And the fact that the NFL has major deals with Paramount, DAZN, and also like with Comcast, all these different networks, Netflix, etc. So the content isn't all just being streamed down onto ESPN. Now, from Disney's point of view, it does mean then that they'll get access to ESPN content and get at least something. And then for NFL fans, really kind of want to go, oh yeah, I want to watch RedZone. I can get it through streaming. I can watch it on ESPN or Disney Plus. This is all kind of good news, really, if you're an NFL fan and you don't want cable anymore. Because I have no doubt about it that when the ESPN launches, more and more people are going to drop that cable. Now, ESPN app will be available to people if you're on a cable network with sports package. They've kind of already done that bundle to make sure it goes through. So I'm not expecting too much to change, but it would allow for Disney to sort of invest more into NFL content, really going to push that in. Internationally, it does get a little bit more complicated, because currently, like, the NFL network is carried, and you can watch it for free, for example, here in the UK on DAZN. How long that deal is in place? It could be years, it could be, I think, maybe even like a 10-year deal, so we're kind of maybe only a few years into that. So we might not see NFL content dropping onto Disney Plus internationally for a while, but we could also see some big changes there, and that could affect us globally. If NFL is kind of a co-owner of ESPN at 10%, that's a big thing, and that will obviously help kind of reach more global audience. But obviously right now it's generally just focused on the US side of things, because that's where the core market is for American football. But yeah, so expect to find more information out on this later. I think this is a big move from Disney. It definitely is going to allow for ESPN to get into more content and just get it in. I think they were also talking to the NBA, the NHL, about just trying to kind of come up with ways of getting in there and bringing this content in. And it's kind of permanent. Maybe they won't have to keep like bidding for this content. They make that deal and do it. But let me know, do you think this is a good move, a bad move? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.